In today's video, I want to go over a free PlayStation 4 dynamic theme that you can get right now. On top of that, PlayStation now has seen some updates and some pretty good games have been added, and the Horizon Zero Dawn 2 announcement seems very likely as Guerrilla Games is hyping up the PlayStation 5 reveal event. Obviously, it's been delayed, and before we get into any of the topics in this video, I just want to mention that everything that has transpired in the last week or so has been incredibly depressing. If you guys don't know, I am actually a person of color, so for me, it's really resonated with me, all of the events that are going on. However, on this channel, I really do want to keep it focused to the video games, but if you guys want to hear me talk about it, it's something I can delve into. However, I feel like the majority of you guys are just more so interested in talking about stuff like the video game news, game deals, and things of that nature, and it would be a little bit out of my wheelhouse to get really deep into the issues, and obviously the issues are there in spades. But I just want to say, over the course of the next few weeks, few months, however long this persists, I hope every one of you guys stay safe, stay healthy, because everything that is going on right now, it's just a concoction for a disaster, and it's a borderline disaster right now. But I'm just praying that after everything is said and done, we can all come together, this country can be a little bit more united, but maybe that's a little bit of hope in the wrong places, whatever the case may be, and I know you guys love me saying that. I thought it was important to give you guys a couple of words before we get into this video, so okay, now let's get into the video itself. The Final Fantasy VII Remake Dynamic Tifa theme is available right now. We had known that Square Enix was going to be rolling out a couple of free themes. A lot of them are already out, but this does look to be a dynamic theme, and it's listed literally on the page that it's a dynamic theme. I have not checked out the theme in action. Last time when they offered a dynamic theme, it was very light in its dynamic nature, I should say, so yeah, don't be expecting something crazy. It's a free dynamic theme after all, but I know Tifa is a very liked character from Final Fantasy VII, so maybe this was the theme that you're holding out on. Maybe at this point, Final Fantasy VII has kind of in your rear view mirror, because I think at this point the majority of people have already beaten it. However, a free theme is a free theme, so definitely add that to your library, especially if you're a fan. Alright, moving on from that, PlayStation Now is something I've been hyping up relatively decently over the last few months, and probably over the last year since they did drop the price. PlayStation 4 games are downloadable, and they've done a really big update to the service, and they're actually doing something that I complained about for quite a while. Whenever I look at deals on Metro Exodus, I'm left to wonder, hey, this game was available on Game Pass, it's just a bummer that Metro Exodus, we have to pay for it on the PlayStation 4 and pay a premium. Well, they added Metro Exodus! How about that? You can now play Metro Exodus as a part of PlayStation Now, so that is awesome. Definitely give this game a look. I said it before, but I did think 2033 and Last Light were stronger games. However, Exodus is really good by its own standard. You should play all three Metro games. They're very much narrative driven as well, and the story really flows nicely, and it's an incredibly atmospheric game. If there's one thing I can say positive about Metro, it's that the atmosphere is absolutely fantastic, so from that standpoint, I definitely give it a strong recommendation. The game itself is just really good, really tight gameplay, very enjoyable. But Metro Exodus wasn't the only high-quality game added. Dishonored 2 has been added to PlayStation Now. Dishonored 2 is tremendous. I love this game, and I love the first Dishonored game. Enjoyed that so much when it came out back in 2012, and I really didn't think they'd be able to top that game, but Dishonored 2 was fantastic, even better than the first title. You've got two playable characters, and there's a lot of similarities between the two playthroughs. However, there's enough differences where it is worthwhile to go through the games both times, 2 times over, to play as either character. Gameplay is great, story is really good. Death of the Outsider is also a thing. Unfortunately, that hasn't been added to PlayStation Now, but this is a game that I would highly recommend you to play. And also added was NASCAR Heat 4. Look, I'm not too familiar with the NASCAR games, but if you're a fan of racing games, hey, that's another game that has been added to the service, and you can check that out. I'm sure it's a fine racing game. There is, after all, 4 NASCAR Heat games, so has to be relatively decent. But Metro Exodus and Dishonored 2, definitely the games that were the highlights to me of PlayStation Now. I would highly recommend you to not subscribe to PlayStation Now yet. Tomorrow kicks off Days of Play, and I do believe PlayStation Now is going to be on sale, so you can get it a little bit cheaper, so it makes sense that they did do a pretty big update, adding 2 relatively marquee titles in Dishonored 2 and Metro Exodus to PlayStation Now. Alright, lastly, obviously the PlayStation 5 reveal event has been delayed. When it's going to happen, I don't know, but I'm all for delaying it. Look, even if you want to break it down from a pure promotional standpoint, promotionally, it makes all the sense in the world, because if you reveal the PlayStation 5 right now, at any other time, it would be literally pop culture. It would be everywhere on social media. Right now, you're not going to get a shred of attention, and it's just not the time and the place to do a big reveal event like that. The PlayStation 5 reveal event is something we should celebrate, but later on. Now is not the time. And honestly, who knows when that time is going to be, but I would imagine it's going to happen sometime, maybe later this month, maybe in July. but it made all the sense in the world to delay it. As far as Horizon Zero Dawn goes, I think all of us are expecting Horizon 2 to be a big game at the reveal event. Guerrilla Games has been MIA for, what, 3.5 years in terms of releasing a new game. They did do Horizon Zero Dawn Frozen Wilds, but that was just a DLC. Following the announcement of the PlayStation 5 event, both Horizon Zero Dawn quest designer Blake Rabush and Guerrilla lead animator Richard Oud urged fans to tune into the show. Blake tweeted out, "Join us," and then Richard tweeted out, "The future of gaming, mark your calendars for next week." Obviously, that is a little bit dated at this point, given the fact that the event isn't happening this coming Thursday, but that all but confirms that Horizon 2 is going to be at the show. Either that, or maybe they have a different game in the works. Maybe they're going to do something entirely different. I wouldn't be that shocked if that was the case, but I would be relatively shocked. I mean, I do highly expect it to be Horizon 2. You sold 10 million copies on the first game as the launch title for the PS5. I think Horizon 2 needs to be that marquee title because it's a franchise that resonates with a lot of the core PlayStation audience, and it would definitely be a system seller for a lot of people. And after all, you're releasing Horizon on PC this summer. You could use that as a vehicle and a promotional tool to promote the release of Horizon 2 as well, because I don't think it's going to get a day-and-date release with the PlayStation 5 version on PC. Maybe Horizon 2 at some point will come to PC. I don't think it's going to be anytime in the too near future, maybe a year and a half later, but I do think Sony is going to make a bigger play for PC gaming in the future, especially because I highly expect that Horizon is going to sell very, very well over there, but Horizon 2 could be a marquee and should be a marquee PlayStation 5 launch title. That's going to conclude this video. Again, after everything that's been going on, I really implore you guys, stay safe, stay healthy. Don't forget that the world is still struggling through an ongoing crisis, multiple crises at this point as well. I just want you guys to stay safe and healthy, and hopefully 2021 is going to be a much better year. Hopefully we can all just rejoice, and hopefully things will see at least a shred of normalcy at some point, and hopefully things get better in all regards, because it's just a little bit depressing just to see everything that's going on, a lot of fighting. But again, this isn't the time or the place for me to talk about it in this video. That's going to conclude this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.